Happy New Year, everyone. I hope that you all had a blessed Advent and Christmas season and are looking forward to this winter quarter as we get started with the peacemaking class. What we're going to be doing this quarter is we're going to be studying pacifism, just war theory, and really emphasizing the creative space in between those two positions on how to resolve conflict. We're going to be looking at some aspects of international relations, but we're also going to be applying the peacemaking principles to other ordinary, not necessarily international conflicts, but some of the conflicts that we are facing in our culture today. Things like we'll have a unit on race and conflicts in race. And then we'll have also a unit on Israel and Palestine. We'll have guest lecturers for both of those. So really looking forward to the class. I enjoy it. I enjoy the diversity of an online class where we just have students and participants from all over the world, really. So it's an exciting part with a lot of different perspectives. So it's an exciting class to be a part of, and I really enjoy teaching this. There are a few things to know as we kind of move through the rhythm of an online class because I can't do everything in person like a normal class, so I want to highlight a few of the important things that you need to know from the syllabus. The first thing I want you to note on page 2 of the syllabus, and you can just download that from the from Canvas, is on page 2 you'll have your assignments and assessments. This is basically where I outline the assignments. You'll notice that you have a midterm exam, and you will study for that exam in groups during the week of January 29th through February 2nd. And you'll be able to take the exam on February 2nd at any time. And so I'll say more about the exam later as it approaches. The thing that you'll want to do, though, is to make sure that you don't have any conflicts that week or that Friday so that you can take the exam at your leisure on that day. If you do have some kind of conflict that you can't reschedule, just let me know, and I'd be happy to help out in some kind of way to make it possible for you. The second thing that you'll want to note is that there is a group project that we'll be doing in the class, and you'll want to be available for that group project. That'll be the week of February 19th through the 23rd. And so just make sure that you don't have any conflicts. Of course, the beauty of an online course is that you can do these things from anywhere, and so you don't necessarily have to be at home, but if you're traveling or something like that, just make sure that you're available, because in both cases, there will be an important part of group participation. So make sure that you don't have any conflicts with those assessments and assignments. Take a look at them, and then see what you see if you have any questions, and please feel free to ask any questions. The one thing that I do want you to note, which is probably unique to my courses, I do them in person and online, is that we have a reading schedule and we have quizzes on our reading. That's basically to help you keep up with the rhythm of the class, keep up with the reading and the content. It will help with the exams, it will help with your final paper, and it will help with your grade, because really the reading schedule is provided for you, and you can get 100% on your quizzes very easily by just finishing the reading that's scheduled on time. So you will notice on page 3 where the reading schedule begins that on you don't have any reading assignments this week, but you probably want to get started on the 3 assignments for next week. That is the 14 Triads of the Sermon on the Mount article, which you can find in eReserves. You can also find Ethics for a Brave New World, chapter 14 in eReserves. So you want to get started on those readings, and then we'll start on War of the Lamb, sections 1 and 2, by John Howard Yoder and his editors. This was published posthumously, and so its editors, including Glenn Stassen, the author of our book, Just Peacemaking. So you want to take a look at the reading schedule. What will happen with that is on Friday, so the first Friday, January 12th, there will be a 2-part quiz. The first part of the quiz will be, you will just click on in the module the quiz, and you will be given options to declare how much of the reading that you completed on time. And when you, so it'll go from 100% to 0%. And you just click on that, and that will register your reading. And then that's your grade for the quiz. And then what you'll do is you'll go to the discussion for that week's reading, and you'll post about a 10 to 15 minute reflection on your readings. This is not a summary. It's not for me to gauge whether you get everything right or wrong from the content of the book. It just shows me how you're interacting with the book. You're able to post stuff online. Your classmates can interact with you and say, I didn't quite get that, or yeah, I agreed with that. And so basically it's just a journal reflection on your readings, and then you can interact with the other students' journal reflections as well. So you post your quiz percentage reading. That will be the grade for your quiz. And then you post your reflections by Friday night at midnight. And then what I would like you to do is I would like you to comment on at least 2 people's reflections throughout the weekend or on Monday, just so that you're interacting with one another. So that's the key thing for the reading schedule. And you'll see there's about 7 quizzes in the course. And the 3 weeks that there aren't quizzes are the first week, the exam week, and the group project week. And so the rest of it is just keeping up with your reading. This is also my way of allowing you to basically get 100% on that part of the course. Students have told me in the past that I'm a difficult grader on papers, and so this is my way of kind of adjusting for that. So everybody could potentially get 100% on this part of the course assignments and assessments, just if you keep up with your reading. So it's no problem. And another thing as we kind of get started is just know that technology and these kinds of things always mess up in the first couple of weeks. We'll find our rhythm, but don't stress too much if something doesn't quite work the way that you hoped it would work. Canvas is new to me as a platform for teaching, and it's probably new to some of you as students. And so we'll just work with it. Just let me know if you have any problems, and I'll do my best to try to fix them or try to help out. So the key things, again, are to check the assignments and assessment schedule, to look at the required textbooks and to make sure that you have them, especially in the order that we're reading them, and then to keep up with your reading and the e-quizzes and the journal reflections for the course. One thing that you will note as you look through the syllabus is that there is no specific quiz for Just and Unjust Wars by Michael Walzer until the last week of class. My assumption is, and what I hope you will do, is just read along the way Walzer's book. And Walzer is one of the leading just war ethicists. He's a Jewish political philosopher that teaches at Princeton. And so you want to take a look at that. And one thing to note is I am pretty sure that there's going to be a question on the exam about Walzer's definition of what a just war is, his 8 criteria for a just war. And so you might want to just, as you're reading, especially pay attention to that part of Walzer's book before the exam week so that you're ready for that. And then, of course, as you read, you will probably highlight some of the major themes of the books that you're reading and the articles that you're reading. And as you prepare for the exam in a few weeks, you can highlight those kinds of things. So I'll explain a lot more about the exam in the future, but just want to give you a heads up on Just and Unjust Wars. Okay, I'm really looking forward to the course, looking forward to getting to know those of you who I haven't had in class yet. Some of you who live in the Bay Area I've had at the Menlo Park Regional Campus, and so looking forward to getting reacquainted with you all again. This should be a good class. Please feel free to contact me if you have any questions. You can do that through the General Questions Forum on the homepage. You can do that through email. The best email to reach me at is rs48@stanford.edu. You can also reach me at my Fuller email address, which is ronsanders@fuller.edu. On the syllabus, there's a mistake. There's a dot between Ron and Sanders. That's an incorrect email address. So you can email me at either one of those addresses, or you can text me or call me. If you do call me on my cell phone, which I've given to you on the syllabus, you should text me beforehand and say, hey, I'm going to try to call you just so I know who you are, because I don't usually answer my phone if it's an unrecognizable number for me. So just text me beforehand, and I'm happy to pick up, or I'm happy to text back and let you know when is a good chance to catch me. So yeah, as we get started, just please feel free to ask any questions. I posted a thing in the announcements, how to have a successful week this week. The 3 things that you need to do to be successful is 1, just familiarize yourself with the syllabus and the reading schedule especially. 2 is to introduce yourself in the introduction forum on the homepage of the course. And then 3 is to begin the discussion on the 5 dates in history forum. And so you can find that in module number 1. One thing to note as well is I will be adding a TA to this course. The person that I had lined up wasn't able to do it, and so I'm still working on getting another TA, but they'll be helping out. We have 2 sections of this course with 30 students each, and so I like to get your assignments and all those things back to you in a timely manner. And I have some really trusted TAs who have worked with me before that know how I grade, have TA'd in this class before, and so and know the content really well. And so they can both help me out, but also help you out as you navigate the course. So take advantage of the TA when they get into the course. That will probably take about a week or so. And yeah, I think that's everything for now. Look forward to getting to know you over the course of the quarter.